Welcome to the Generational Workshop. I'm going to give you the weekly tour of what's going on and stuff we've accomplished. And at the end, I'm going to go on a rant about customers. So stay tuned for that. All right, first let's start with our 54 Chevy. So we got it up on the rack now, and I showed you guys this fender that I did. And I went to do the other fender and found out the other fender isn't even shaped the same. On this side, my cut is actually right at the top of the curve where it starts to curve this way and curve this way. And it makes it look real nice and real pretty. Well, on the other one, I cut it the same exact spot, but it actually starts curving way up here. Not to mention, the fender, as you see, can curve in this way, which it's not supposed to do. It's supposed to be a little bulgy out there. So I have a new fender coming from Dynacorn. It should be here this week. But we've done that. I got the seat mounts done. Little pedestal for it to sit in there. The customer came yesterday and we got the seat fitting done. Found out where we're going to do our pedals. I got the dash cleaned up. Those are the AC controls. And then this is getting a plate in it where our controls for the tonneau cover sit. And then we can start getting the pedals in and get this thing to paint. Here we got the 38. The 38, we got everything stripped out of it. Everything, but we're going to take the body off so I can start doing the chassis work. I wanted to drop the motor in first, but when I was doing the measurements, found out we need to do a firewall. So I'm going to cut the whole firewall out. I got one coming from direct sheet metal, so we can do the firewall and do the toe kicks. Hey, look, there's Shop Dog Sherman. Say hi, Sherman. Okay. Let's see. Nothing has happened on Betsy except become a shelf. Got to get some more parts for that. Here is our Chevelle. This is our weird Chevelle. The back half is a 66 and the front half is a 67. But we took the sniper off. We changed it to the ProFlow Edelbrock system. And we're just doing some final tuning on it. And we'll get that one out of here. On Wendy's Cougar, we got it all put together, got it moved around, and then the starter took a shit. So we went to take the starter out, and it looks like somebody at some point helicoiled the top bolt hole, and the threads are all coming out. Let's see, there you go. See, they pulled out when we took the starter out. So I got to re-helicoil that this week. There's our supercharger box. Let's see, what else do we got going on here? Mega Mower, nothing's really happened with Mega Mower. Waiting on stuff for that and just time to get back to it. 34, we finally got our head bolts in for our 34. ARP made us some special bolts so we can get our sharp heads put on it and get back onto that project. Let's see, let's go on over to the other side. Let's see, we got our Studebaker Avante back. It went out to get the front end repainted because there were some, just some spots in the paint that weren't correct. And like I showed you on one of the videos, it was right on top. And now it's all fixed and good job. And we got the radiator back for this. So this week we'll be throwing the radiator back in this, making it run. And this way we can drive it over to the upholstery shop so they can get all that nice upholstery done. This is some weird stuff. Our Mustang is the 2015 GT Mustang that the guys turned into a track car. We got the front half of the exhaust done. He did some Texas Speed headers and header back system, and then he ordered, I think it was a Dynamax 3-inch back setup. He wants full 3-inch exhaust on it. So we'll be getting that done this week and it out. Couple Jeeps to that one gets a motor and that one gets plugs in it. We got our Cougar over there that waiting on a upholstery part, and we got a nice little, I think it's a 65 Skylark up in here. Guy just bought it, has the original nail head in it. Pretty nice little car from California. He just picked it up. It's been repainted once, but it's not bad. It's a nice little driver. Runs good. DS Lark, there you go. But it runs good. It's just a nice little car. Somebody put some good, nice wheels on it, so it's perfect. So now let's get onto a rant. We're going to rant about a customer that has this Camaro. So if you've been following me, you know that this guy went to an auction, got a little tipsy, him and his wife, and decided to buy a car without even looking at it. He couldn't drive it home from the auction lot because it wouldn't stay running long enough. So we went through and we did a bunch of work on it, everything that he wanted. He took it, brought it back, and he said there's a couple other things that he just wanted to get done. We actually had a problem with the carburetor on it. It was a brand new Edelbrock, but we get them every once in a while that the passages are plugged or not fully machined out or cast. So we changed that. We fixed the dash lights because it had some dash lights out, and we called him to come pick it up. So he picks it up yesterday, and then it nitpicks the whole car. I did not build this car. I fixed what he wanted to fix. So his things is the windows are too hard to roll up and down. They were never really easy on any of this stuff. You had to have a little bit of muscle strength. They were crank windows. Yeah, I can make it soft, make it lighter, but you know, it is what it is. It was all brand new stuff in it. The wipers. I didn't put the wipers on it. Here, look. These wipers are the wrong wipers. When they come up, they hit the top. I didn't do that. So he's sitting there complaining about little shit. I put the dash lights in it the way they are. Oh, it's a little too dim. Now, this is a guy that has a lot of money. I don't give a shit about how much fucking money you have. Because in all the things, they're just cars. I'll fix it, but you have to let me fix it and not complain about shit. Like one of his complaints is the window handle. So the window crank down there is a little sloppy. Of course it's sloppy. It's a cheap Chinese knockoff that came with your car. I'll fix all this stuff. I really don't care. I'll fix it and I'll charge him. You know, he goes, oh, the backup lights don't work. Well, somebody took the backup lights out of a different Camaro and they built this car. This car has been built from a junkyard car. I know that because it had the wrong column in it, had the wrong shifter in it. Somebody gave it what we call a Krylon rebuild, where they spray painted the whole engine. They even spray painted the spark plugs. They didn't even take time to take the plugs out to clean it up. No, they spray painted all of it. He says the motor doesn't have any power. It doesn't. Every single cylinder on this thing has compression lower than 100. The motor is wore out. It needs a new motor. It needs a new tranny. It needs better gearing in it because they just slapped all this stuff together and it has no power. It's got a power glide in it, a 2-speed power glide. Like, that's not a fast car. That's not what you're going to get. So if you have money like that, that's great. But just remember, don't buy shit without getting it checked out. He should have went down there, looked at the car, checked out the car, found out it was a pile of shit, and paid less for it. He way overpaid for the car. He's put too much money into it now, and he needs to put a motor in it. That's going to run him at least $5,000 to $8,000 to put a freaking basic motor in, and he's still got a power glide. By the time we repowertrain this whole thing to make it like he wants, it's probably going to be $10,000 to $15,000. And then he still has all these other little problems. It doesn't have a wiring harness for the backup lights because this one probably didn't come optioned with it. He's got all kinds of rust in the floor that got undercoated over it. You can pick the undercoating off and the rust comes with it. It's got the wrong wheels and tires on it with the wrong offset, so they rub. I didn't do any of that shit. I'll fix all that shit, but you're going to pay for it. Relax, calm. Yes, this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be something I love doing, and I do love this. No matter what it is, I love doing this job. But don't come at me because you bought a pile of shit and I didn't fix everything that you didn't ask for. If you want me to go through it head to toe, tell me to go through it head to toe. Just fix everything. I want a perfect car when you come back. And then don't complain about the price. Because these cars, when they get built by a junkyard car, you get a very high price. So that's the end of my rant. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day. Probably go work on some of my stuff at home. So you have a good day. Remember, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, tell your family, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.